Hey guys, Todd Helms with Wingmen by Eastmans, and I'm out here today reviewing, actually hunting with the Weatherby SORIX shotgun. As you can see, it works just fine.
Boy, heel.
While I got you here, drop down, mash that subscribe button, leave us a comment, let us know what else you would like to see. Turn on your notifications bell so you get notified every time that we drop awesome reviews and hunts and everything else we do here at Wingmen. And check us out on all of our social media feeds, Instagram, Facebook, and don't forget about the Wingmen podcast with, I know, yours truly, host Todd Helms. Let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into this review. SORIX shotgun, S-O-R-I-X, SORIX, yeah. All caps, by the way, that's the editor in me. You look at this thing and you're like, yeah, that's a good looking shotgun. Well, let me tell you, I had a chance to hunt yesterday morning with it, as well as put the SORIX through its paces on a shooting event and a media event over at Weatherby in Sheridan, Wyoming. And this gun shoots as good as it looks. I'm a big fan of inertia-operated shotguns, the simplicity of them. Weatherby took that, wanted to bring a inertia-operated, highly reliable, tough-as-nails shotgun to the American consumer that didn't cost an arm and a leg. Well, they hit the nail on the head with the Weatherby SORIX, guys. And if you look at it, this is the Storm colorway. It's got a tungsten Cerakote on this one with a black base stock. The SORIX is made in Italy and hand painted in Sheridan, Wyoming. It comes in 3 different colorways: the Storm, which I have in my hand, Midnight Marsh, Slew, and Mossy Oak Original Bottomland for you traditionalists out there. Right now on the website, Weatherby's listing 12 gauge only models. There's a 20 gauge coming for you 20 gauge guys out there. That's enough of that. I wish I had some hunt footage yesterday. I shot a couple of geese with this particular SORIX and a couple of ducks as well, but I did not have a cameraman on that hunt. Very excited to shoot this gun over the coming months and put it through its paces. Weatherby torture tested these things, guys. They wanted to bring you a shotgun that would function flawlessly across any scenario that you put it in. And they hit a home run with the SORIX. There's a few features on it that I'm going to walk you through that are really interesting. There's one that is completely unique. I've never seen anything like it. Kudos to the guys at Weatherby for thinking this up. And that is the switch system from Weatherby allows me to, this is for you lefties out there, pop the charging handle out and insert it in the backside of the shotgun like so. It operates your bolt from the left side of the shotgun. What Weatherby did is they canvassed a bunch of left-handed shooters and said, if you had to shoot a right-handed gun, what's the biggest annoyance of that? And overwhelmingly, the responses that they got back was that charging handle comes back in their face. If they're mounted, let me switch it. I'll show you just how quick this is. It just pops out, pops back in on this side, pop it until it snaps, and you're good to go. For lefties shooting this gun left-handed, that charging handle coming back in their face is what folks told Weatherby was the biggest annoyance of shooting right-handed guns. Not necessarily the shell ejecting out, but it was that charging handle coming right at their eye. They didn't like that. So Weatherby thought, you know, we're constantly getting bombarded with requests for left-handed guns. Let's come up with one gun that can do both. So that's the switch system. Again, that charging handle just pulls out and it inserts on the back side here, and it clicks in, snaps in. Now I can operate the shotgun from the left-handed side. I could do that as a righty if I wanted to. I'm not sure why I would, but it's right there. Again, pop it out, put it back in till it clicks, and you're ready to go. Super innovative design from the guys at Weatherby. Nice job. The switch system, I had some questions for Adam and the crew over there, and I thought, man, have you had handles come out? Because I've seen these handles fall out on shotguns in the past. And they said, Todd, we've torture tested that from Alaska to Nebraska on all different kinds of hunts. We've never had a handle fall out yet. I hunted with it yesterday and I've shot clays with it over at Weatherby, and I haven't had a malfunction or the handle come out either. So that's a plus. I also asked about dirt getting in this port, and quite honestly, after I asked the question, I realized that's kind of a silly question because that port is a lot smaller than the loading gate port down here or the bolt. It does not seem to affect the shotgun's performance at all. In fact, it doesn't affect it, it only enhances it. Really cool feature for you guys out there that are like, man, that's an awesome shotgun, but I'm left-handed. Well, no worries. Just switch the bolt handle and you're good to go. You've got the tried and true inertia operating system, and they eliminated the dreaded click. You'd bring it back and ease it forward, and the gun wouldn't go into full battery. It wouldn't lock into battery, and it would just go click when you pulled the trigger. Weatherby's eliminated that with this design. Weatherby searched high and low over in Italy and found a manufacturer that had addressed that problem and taken care of it. You can ease that forward, and it will close every time. Now, I'm not an ease it forward kind of guy. I'm a lock it back, slap it and go kind of guy because I want that action in battery all the time. I never let an action just slide forward on a semi-auto. I always let it slam shut. So, staying on the action of the shotgun, you have a drilled and tapped receiver. These are 8x40 threads on here. Comes optics ready. You can put a red dot on this, a reflex sight, whatever you wanted to do. I love that option because I like having a shotgun that I can seamlessly go from waterfowl to turkey with, or predators with, or whatever it is that I'm operating on, or I might want to put an optic on this shotgun. I go ahead, pop these little plugs out, and I screw on a Leupold Delta Point Pro, and I'm ready to go turkey hunting. Get it sighted in, and I'm ready to go. Obviously, I don't have to, but those are options there. When I turn the shotgun over, you can see the loading gate. Well, one of the things that they did is they made a big cut on this loading gate. It goes way up here, and what that does is it makes the loading gate bigger and easier to find when I'm putting ammunition into the magazine tube. I'm not, if I'm watching birds, I can just stuff them in here. Gun comes with 5 Cryo Plus choke tubes. The Cryo Plus tubes are available all over the place. There's a bunch of aftermarket manufacturers that make choke tubes if you wanted to put aftermarket chokes in this, but the Cryo Plus tubes that come in it are pretty awesome. You have a cylinder, an improved cylinder, a modified, an improved modified, and a full 5 choke tubes. That's pretty generous. Most shotguns these days come with 3. It's nice to have some variability there. Oversized trigger guard. I don't usually wear gloves. I've said for a long time about the only thing you can do well with gloves on is pee your pants. And I'm a firm believer in that. Even when it's cold, I try not to wear gloves. If it's cold enough that I have to wear some gloves and I don't pee my pants, this trigger guard's more than roomy enough to get a gloved finger in there and operate the shotgun. I love where the safety is positioned at the back instead of the front. It makes it easy to ride that safety down, click it off, and get right on that trigger. It's just seamless. It's perfect. Awesome design. For the LPA high-vis sight, when you throw this shotgun up, that sight is right in your vision. I am a 100% complete instinctive shotgun shooter. When I'm shooting at a bird, I don't even think about where the sight is. I just pull up, swing, and shoot. However, a high-vis sight, while I'm not aiming with the sight because shotguns are pointed, not aimed, that sight is so bright, it's in my subconscious. And it's an aiming point, and it allows me, because it's bright, it allows me to see exactly where I am. Not everybody shoots like that. Some guys are definitely like a sustained lead. They want to be able to see that bead. That LPA high-vis sight is phenomenal. All the SORIXes come with a 28-inch barrel, which when you factor in that about 9-inch long receiver, this gun swings like a dream. But because it's inertia operated, it's also very light in the hand. The 3 SORIX models available all tip the scales at 7.1 pounds. That's light in the hand, guys, but because of the stock design and this rubber cheek piece here and the nice cushy rubber recoil pad, the felt recoil is really mitigated, and it's a light kicking gun. I was shooting Federal Premium 3-inch 3s out of it yesterday in the heavy bismuth lineup, and I didn't even feel the gun. It's just a nice, comfortable push. Remember I said how I like to slam an action close, like it to really lock into battery hard? Well, Weatherby knows that in the heat of the moment, you're in a blind, you got birds flying around, you got to reload, you're looking around, you can't be fumbling for a little tiny release button, a bolt release button. They put a slam lever on this thing, and you can, it's very sensitive, you can close it like that, or you can close it like that, or you can close it like that. There's a million different ways. The point of it is it's big and oversized, so it's easy to get your mitts on and operate with cold hands, gloved hands, whatever. It's not so big that it's going to catch on stuff, though, and that's one of the things. Whenever you start oversizing stuff on shotguns and leaning more of that competition style, in a hunting scenario, those competition upgrades have a tendency to snag on stuff, whether it's brush, clothes, whatever it might be, and it can cost you shots. Weatherby didn't get obnoxious with the slam button, but it's big and it's tactile and it's really, really easy to use. Two models to choose from, a 3-inch and a 3.5. If you still like shooting 3.5-inch shells, you'll have to look for a 3.5-inch gun. This one in my hand is only capable of shooting 3-inch, which with modern shot shell design, I think 3-inch is about all we need, but there's still those guys out there. I got a buddy who loves shooting 3.5-inch shells. He's a glutton for punishment. Love you, Josh. Anyway, you can shoot 3.5 inches in these. There is, like I said, a 20 gauge version of this in the works. I don't know when they'll be available. At the time of this review, the option to choose 20 gauge was grayed out on the website. I know that they're coming. I just don't know when. They may be out by the time this review drops, guys. Who knows? This summer, back in August, when I got to test this shotgun over in Sheridan, I had the opportunity to sit down with Adam Weatherby. That's right, the Weatherby, Adam Weatherby, the president, CEO of the Weatherby company. And we got to sit down and record a Wingmen podcast about the SORIX particularly, but the whole Weatherby story. Guys, I would encourage you to go wherever you prefer to get your podcasts, find the Wingmen podcast, look up that episode with Adam Weatherby, and we talk all about this shotgun as well. Anyway, guys, that kind of wraps up all the specs and everything and the features of this shotgun. Let's shoot. All right, so we got some Federal Top Guns, 7.5s, target loads. My trusty cameraman / clay thrower is going to throw a bird. Let's see if I can hit it, see if the SORIX will do its job. I think it will.
Ready.
Pull it. 1 for 1. I got 2 more shells in the gun. Pull it. 2 for 2. Whenever. Just like that. 3 for 3 with the Weatherby SORIX. Guys, seriously, get to a retailer and check out the Weatherby SORIX. I think you're going to be impressed with it. It's an awesome Italian-made shotgun with custom, hand-painted finishes done in Sheridan, Wyoming. This thing shoots like a dream. I'm going to keep shooting.